Okay, so let's chuck everything at noon on the Angry Charlie side. Let's see how this sounds. It's going to push the output a little bit more. So it's definitely like a lead playing suited pedal. I think it's nice and honky, but it's also smooth. There's nothing sort of biting your head off. I'm just going to increase the presence now. Just bear in mind, on this version anyway, for the Angry Charlie, the tone and presence are back to front, so turning it down or left actually increases the presence. Right, let's move the gain back to about 9 o'clock. Kind of like, you know, old school rock kind of tones. I'm just going to flick over to the Moonshine. I've got the blend control all the way down, which I believe takes out the clean signal, so you're just left with the overdriven tones. Let's increase the gain to about 3 o'clock. Now I'm just gonna, let's put that back to 12 o'clock. Now I'm gonna move the 3-position switch up 1 notch. So this will bring in a little bit more of my clean tone. It's definitely louder as well. So if you're going to use these positions, you will have to adjust the volume or the output accordingly. Right, let's play around with actually putting both of these on together. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use these in what I would use a high gain amp with a Tube Screamer style pedal in front of it. So the amp's going to be gainy but not ridiculously. And I'm just going to bust up the volume, bring the drive down a little bit, and just use it more of a boost. So nice singing sustain. one issue with using it like this, you're kind of stuck with having them both on, because using the volume boost to drive the Angry Charlie side harder. So here's my clean tone. If I turn the Moonshine on, it's a massive volume bump. And then when I bring the Angry Charlie, it will bring the signal back down to its original, because this is the last in the chain. Now remember, so whatever pedal you put last in your chain is going to dictate like how loud it is and the general overall character. If we flip these around, so now it's going to be the Moonshine last. So if I bring the Angry Charlie in, and then Moonshine, it's a big volume jump. If I bring this back down and sort of compensate, it's cool. It's kind of a cool effect. It's very sort of nasally and mid-focused. We flip the order back around, so the Moonshine's in front. So I'm having to really dial back that volume on the Moonshine to get it to match. Let me just flick the position switch all the way to the top, so I think this is as much clean tone as you can get. And that's off. So there's not, I don't see much of a difference between the top and middle position. And then that's down all the way, we've just got the overdriven signal. I much prefer it with the down position, because again, if you're running this into a clean amp, for my purposes anyway, you can use this like a mild overdrive. Maybe a little bit less. And then you can have the Angry Charlie. And then put them together. That kind of thing. It's a cool pedal. It's really, it's really enjoyable to play. Let's just see how much gain we can get out of the Angry Charlie side. So I'll put it at 9 o'clock. I'm just going to roll back the volume knob. It's about halfway and just see how well it cleans up. I'll bring the gain back down. So it doesn't clean up that great, which is kind of surprising. Of course it gets cleaner, but you've still got this kind of boxed, how to explain it? You can tell that it's still running into like a high gain sound. It's got this fluffy. which doesn't bother me. You've got this, you know, you've got three different options here for overdrive anyway, so I wouldn't be using my volume knob for something like this anyway. Another way you can run it, so if I put the moonshine after again, take the drive off, and we'll simply use it as a volume boost. So clean tone. Okay, so I've got it to pretty much where it's just a volume jump-ish. So you could, for example, have the Angry Charlie set as your high gain tone. Maybe that's as basically as gainy as you want to be, and then you can also use the volume control to roll it back off. And you just need something for solo as well. Bring the tone of the moonshine up a bit. Yeah, so you can use it that way, but it's not just a volume boost. You've got the EQ of the moonshine affecting the whole sound in general. So, you know, it can get you out of a sticky situation where you need something to make you louder for a solo or something like that. But yeah, I wouldn't use it in that sense. I think it's much better just having these on, together, being able to stack them and things like that. All right, that was the JHS Sweet Tea version 2. I hope I covered sort of, all the different sounds you can get out of the pedal. The Angry Charlie side is meant to replicate a high gain Marshall tone, so it's always gonna work best if you do, if you crank it, and then having it boosted with the Sweet Tea, I think, the Moonshine even, is a really great option here. It's nice having them both in the same pedal. One, because it's going to save you a little bit of space if you just want to chuck this in the gig bag, or it's going to save you space on your pedal board. But also it's cheaper than buying both of them. If that's the kind of sound that you want on your board, you want a high gain Marshall tone and being able to boost it with a tube screamer, you can have them both in this box. I got this for around £150, £160 here in the UK. And that's a lot cheaper than buying an Angry Charlie and a Moonshine separately. Like I said, take all these tones with a grain of salt. You will have to adjust accordingly to whatever amp and guitar you're running through this. But there's enough EQ controls on here that you should be able to dial into whatever amp you want. But it would be nice to be able to adjust that mid control, because it is quite honky. And you can't, with the tone and presence control, you can't change, the mid frequency. So it would be nice to have the option to dip that out slightly. But that's my only gripe with the unit. If you've got any more questions about the pedal, just chuck them in the comment section and I'll get back to you. Be sure to follow me on my socials, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. Be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoy what I do. All right, thanks for watching. Take care.